Today, we're going to be talking about crystals and how to choose the right one for you. There are so much information out there that tells you should choose the crystal that aligns with your zodiac sign. Okay, that's great, but there's more than that. Before we get into the list, there's something really important that people need to understand about crystals. So crystals, they are from Mother Earth. They are very, very deep in caves, underground, in water, and it takes a lot of work to get them out. And unfortunately, once you take them out, it is not like they grow back. And this is why you need to be mindful when you buy a crystal. You need to be mindful of the price, because that all matters. Trust me, it matters. Now that we got that out of the way, let's focus on the one thing that will definitely let you know how to choose your crystal. It is your intention. Intention, it is so important. What is your objective of obtaining this crystal? Let's say that you're struggling with relationships and you say, Valerie, I keep having issues with my relationships. The first thing that people will probably say to you is get rose quartz. Rose quartz, it is the universal crystal of love. You should use rose quartz. Okay, that is great and all, but why do you think you keep having issues with your relationships? Is it because you're not communicating? Is it because you're not very intimate with this person? Is it because you are always working? What is the reason that you're having that issue? And now we start to pull back the layers. And this is important every time that you buy a crystal, because then you buy a crystal and it doesn't do what you're expecting, and then you question the crystal. So after doing work with yourself and asking the right questions, you realize, well, most of the problems that I'm having with my relationship is that I am unable to communicate. Oh, okay, so that's good. What are you trying to communicate that is not happening? Well, I'm not communicating in a way that maybe you're not being confident enough in your relationship. Well, that is not the throat chakra, that is your solar plexus. So you see how many layers we're pulling out. So that means that you have to get a solar plexus, a yellow stone. If you do not know what the solar plexus is, it is your energy centers above the belly button, and it has to do with your confidence, with your power, with you standing your ground. It is really about the Leo energy. So you're going to get a stone that actually aligns with the root problem. That is how you choose the right crystal. Something else too, that when you're choosing your crystal, is that you need to trust your intuition. It doesn't matter how good a crystal is. If your intuition says, this is not a crystal, don't buy the crystal. A lot of the time, people buy crystals because they look pretty, because they're popular. For instance, when Moldavite became very, very popular, everybody wanted the crystal. Everybody wanted the crystal because, oh my God, it is the crystal. It is the it girl. So then what happens is that when different people started to use it, they realized that not everybody liked the side effects, because it is not for everyone. Not everyone has the same issues. So whenever you are choosing the right crystal that is for you, make sure that you are trusting your intuition. If you don't feel right with it, it is not for you. Consider the areas that you need balance in. I talked about this in a previous video, to focus on the elements and things like that. I often see, well, you should buy the crystal that aligns with your zodiac sign, which is great. But do you really need that? I don't think you do, because you already have that power within you. That is you at your core. So that usually doesn't change. So why would you need more of that? If you are an Aquarius, your birthstone, it is amethyst. Why would you want to get more amethyst? If that is who you are at your core. What I will focus on is on something that you don't have much of. So as an Aquarius, being an air sign, okay, because it has to go back to the elements, you should really focus on stones that can bring you back into Mother Earth, that can ground you. So something like Shanghai would be great for you. Something like bronzite would be great for you, because it is all grounding stones. Black tourmaline, it is a grounding stone. There are many stones out there. So this is how I would use crystals. This is how I would choose crystals. look at your birthstone, look at your natal chart, and then you will see the elements that you're lacking, and that's how you know to choose the right crystal. Another way that you can choose your crystal is to really do research. This is why I do videos, because I'm helping people answer the questions that they have when it comes to their spirituality, when it comes to the chakras, the crystals in general. Look at the reviews. Hey, does that shop usually brings lab-made crystals? How would you know? By doing research. Something else that I often hear people say, and practitioners, so this is why I'm sending it to you. I haven't done it personally because I don't feel that I need to do that, but a lot of practitioners recommend to always introduce yourself to the crystal and ask if it wants to work with you. I don't do this because I feel that you chose the crystal for a reason, and maybe you chose the crystal and maybe later on you don't feel connected to it, and that's okay, but there's a reason why you chose the crystal. And I feel that by you already choosing that crystal, you are already connected to that crystal. So for me, I find it a bit strange that a lot of practitioners are now, well, you have to introduce yourself and you have to ask if the crystal wants to work with you. It is like, well, if it didn't, I wouldn't be connected to it, right? But this is another way that you can choose your crystal. Okay, you can go to a store, hold the crystal. For instance, I have, this is apatite right here. Okay, so let's say that I see this at a store and I'm attracted to it. Once again, from my own personal opinion, I feel that if I am attracted to it and I touch it and it feels good, I think we're good to go. But now they're saying that no, you should sit there and introduce yourself. And for me, I think that's just taking it way too far. If you feel it, you connect to it, you're good to go. A crystal will bring you to their rate and their frequency. We cannot manipulate a crystal. We also are made of the same thing of a crystal, and that can go to another video. So that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you have chosen your crystal, and if you have, what crystal